Joining us right now is a man who couldn't be happier. Number one song in the country. The movie is on its way, and the One Nation has just cracked 25% according to that Sky News Pulse YouGov poll. What a time to be James Ashby, mate, but you're still living in a caravan, right?
Yeah, well, we're not allowed to listen to the hoodoo gurus anymore. We've been banned by the band. So we had to come up with our own music, Paul. And look at that, it's gone to number one.
That's crazy. We'll get to all this in a second. Wonderful Linda Scott, as always, is here, free to speak her heart. But, of course, we all know it to be Labor. So, Linda, you were part of the Sydney City Council that at one point declared climate emergency. Are you there with the good doctor, Dr Monique Ryan, saying we must name the heat waves now because they are the silent killer? Because apparently it's the naming that will be all the difference in the world.
Look, I do think we should do more about heat waves. There's research from Monash University, Paul, as I'm sure you know, that shows that about 1 in 1,000 deaths on average can be attributed to heat, and it's more significant in rural and regional areas. Cities, you know, my lovely friend Nick Rees, the Lord Mayor of Melbourne, is doing a lot to get urban forests into Melbourne and plant more trees. Cities are doing a lot on this, but it is much harder and more expensive in rural and remote communities. So the research is showing that more people are dying in rural and remote communities as a result of urban heat waves. And I think
when it's freezing cold and they can't afford to put on a heater.
Well, we've got to do something for these communities. I mean, I think it's reasonable that we call out that there is an impact of heat, that we call out that it's harmful for people's health, we call out that it's affecting different parts of Australia.
It happens all the time.
Whether we name it or find out another way to do it, I think raising awareness of the impact of significant and increasing heat is the right thing to do.
I think from the day you're born in Australia, you know that there are these particular summers that can really bite, right? And when they bite hard.
It's
Again,
that
not trivialising the health.
In the last decade, right?
Yeah, but James, the idea...
2016, then we broke records again in 2019. We've broken more records in the last 10 years than in the last kind of...
I ain't a denier on this, and there's plenty of hate mail to show you that. But James, what about this idea, right? Because obviously, again, I think it's part of... If you give it a name, you increase the sense of catastrophe. If there are more frequent catastrophes, well, then kids that we know have got climate anxiety, now diagnosable. People who say they don't want to have kids because of the climate, well, all of that, of course, becomes more intense. Now, that's fine if Monique Ryan wants to do this on the internet, but I assume she's marching down to the Chinese embassy with all of her other Tiffany Teal mates and telling them to pull their head in because Australia's 1% of the problem. China's 33%.
Yeah. We do it for the drama. That's what she's doing it for. I had a kidney stone before Christmas. Guess what? I named it too. I named it Razor because it was a more dramatic story for people.
That's a lot of information, James Ashby.
Let's not over-dramatise
That's
this stuff. We don't need more names.
Those passing
it's
a
just another
stone...
bureaucratic department.
Right up there in terms of pain. Apparently. We never say it goes bigger than the big one, but it's right up there, right? So I'm sorry that happened to you, mate. I hope you're okay.